Welcome to Trauma Recovery Anonymous, the podcast. My name is Richard and I am your host. Anxiety and depression are two of our healthiest coping skills. Anxiety and depression are our God-given instincts that in the face of any danger, real or imaginary, we are meant to take one of 6 responses: flight, fight, faith, fawn, freeze, or acceptance. When we feel anxious or depressed, this is a sign that something is wrong in our world and we are to take action. Anxiety thrives on the unknown future. When we think too much about the unknown future, we manifest anxiety and panic into our lives. When we think too much of the past, what should have been, what might have been, the mistakes we've made, and so on, we are attracting depression and despair into our lives. But if we can focus on this moment today, these 24 hours only, and that break it down into this 1 hour now, here and now, we can break free of anxiety and depression. It's a very simple process for complicated people. You have your life, your meaning is in this moment in time. You cannot step back into the past and be the person you were yesterday, or the person you were last week or in your childhood. And again, you can't step into the future. You may not wake up tomorrow. All that we have are these 24 hours in front of us today. And even that, I may not be alive in 2 hours' time, and I can't go back to this morning. I only have this 1 hour here and now. So right now, in this moment in time, I'm here in the morning of 10:24 a.m. here where I live. And this 1 hour from 10 to 11, I am in your company. What can I do in this moment in time to live fully, focusing on this moment? Not bringing the past or the present into this moment, but focusing on what I can do in my moment here and now. And the best thing I can do is speak slowly and clearly, pause occasionally, and share a message of hope with you that your anxiety is probably the greatest coping skill that you have in your disposal. So in any moment of anxiety, don't allow the anxiety to take over you. Ask yourself, what is going on? Why do I feel uncomfortable? Why am I feeling anxious? And then whatever that is, if it's in the future, tell the future to feck off. Simply say, future, unknown future, go away. You've no business being in my life in this moment. If you're feeling depressed or despair, realize you're thinking about a past event and say to yourself, depression, you're not welcome today. You're belonging to the past and I can't change you. Feck off, leave me alone. These are forms of prayers where you're telling God to take the depression and the anxiety from you and be able to focus on this present moment in time. We can claim 24 hours of peace of mind in any moment. So I would ask for 8 hours at night time for peaceful night's sleep at night time for 8 hours. And then I would ask for maybe 5 minutes here or 10 minutes there and so on. An hour here, an hour there. And it's a very simple prayer. You say something like, okay, Lord, I have carried this anxiety. It's allowed me to rule me for far too long. I get worked up over what's going to happen tomorrow. Will I have a boyfriend or girlfriend? Will I ever get married? Will I ever have a job? And when I start thinking these thoughts, I get very anxious. I get very down on myself. But I realize I may not wake up tomorrow. All I have is this moment in time. And what can I do in this moment in time that maybe that might assure me that in the future I may have somebody? Well, I can work at changing me and developing who I am today. Maybe go to the library and read books on how to become a more strong, independent person. Maybe if I have an interest in a sport or an activity or a hobby, I can read books and watch videos on that subject. And then fill myself with this new knowledge, and this new knowledge maybe will change me into be a better version of who I am. I can go onto the internet and look up for free resources on the internet, or if I have money, I can pay for a course and do that course now today. And that's what I can do today. And by doing that, I'm preparing myself for the future. I'm not staying stuck in the fear and anxiety of what might happen or what might not happen in the future. I'm taking action today to prepare myself for the future. Again, the same thing, you might have a past trauma event that rules and defines you today and you can't break free of it. Well, then you do a program like Trauma Recovery Anonymous to undo that learned dysfunction behavior and get rid of that energy around that past trauma event by healing your body with the healing any trauma memory. And when you've got that work done, you're free from the past and you're comfortable being who you are in the present. You only have control over who you are in this moment in time. You can't step back into any of your yesterdays, and you can't go forward into any of your tomorrows. All you have is this moment in time today. And if you want to break free of anxiety and depression, the trick is to focus on this hour right here and right now. Let's imagine you're trapped in your bedroom, filled with anxiety and depression. You can't leave your room. Tell those voices to feck off. Understand we have two sets of voices in our heads. The first set of voices are the ones we shouldn't be listening to. The voices in our head, the conscious mind, the ego of this fallen world. Their job is to keep you in conflict with yourself, the world around you, and in conflict with God, and stop you from ever forming a personal, intimate relationship with God. The second set of voices are the voices of your subconscious mind, the kingdom of God within you, your imagination. And you can imagine the most wonderful, beautiful things, and they can come into reality if you stay with that thought. We have a terrible habit of listening to the voices in our heads when we should be listening to the gut feelings in our stomach. And so in future, when you get anxious or depressed, don't listen to the voices saying to you, you're no good, you'll never be any good, you'll never have a boyfriend, never have a girlfriend, or you're broken by what happened in the past, and you'll never have a normal life again, and you've brought shame upon the family. They're the voices that speak out loud to you. But listen for the voice inside you, in your gut, the voice that tells you to take some form of action. So for instance, if you're in your bedroom, open the window, let some fresh air in. Draw the curtains open. Pick up all the clothes off the floor. You'll hear the voice in your head screaming at you to put that down. Don't listen to my voice, that you're broken, you can't get better. Tell those voices to feck off. Say, voices in my head, I know you think you're protecting me, but you're annoying the shit out of me. Feck off. I want you to leave me for the next hour. I'm choosing to follow Richard's direction and be a part of my life in this present moment. And so I tell you now to leave the room. I call on God to cast you from my mind for the next hour. And suddenly you'll find a peace descending over your mind as the voices leave. And in that moment, pick up all the clothes off the floor. Tidy your dressing table. Tidy your study section in the room. Make your bed. Bring all the clothes down and put them in a wash. Go into the bathroom and brush your teeth. Wash your face with soap and water. And then as you climb into the shower to have a hot shower, you'll hear the voice again screaming at you not to do that because you have depression. You're not meant to look clean. You're meant to stay dirty and feeling disheveled. And again, tell those voices to feck off. Simply, voices, feck off. I know you think you're protecting me, but I'm sick of feeling shit. I want to feel okay. I'm going to do this for the next hour. I may feel shit in an hour and 1 minute, but for now I want to be happy, joyous and free. So feck off and leave me alone. And then get into the shower and have your hot shower with soap and water. And when you get out of the shower, clean yourself off and go in and put clean clothes on. The terrible part of the depression is where we keep wearing old, dirty clothes. It helps us to feel as though we're wearing an armor of depression. So we can't look clean, we can't feel clean. So we don't brush our teeth, we don't wash our face, we don't wash our bodies. We wear old clothes, we start smelling. And that you want to stop. So you take all those clothes off and you put clean clothes on, clean underwear on, clean clothes, spray some deodorant on yourself, put some perfume or some aftershave if you're a boy or girl on your body, brush your hair and go downstairs and get something to eat. Be a part of your life in the solution for this 1 hour, and only for this 1 hour, not for the rest of your life. Just for this 1 hour, decide, I'm telling the voices in my head to feck off. I'm going to call on God to cast out my demons, to keep them away for the next hour. God, send a host of angels down to take these demons from me for the next hour. Give me peace of mind for the next hour. Try this, see what happens. Understand that you can do this. You can cast out your voices, your demons, for 1 hour. And after 1 hour, have peace of mind in that 1 hour. And then after the hour's over, you might decide, that was nice. I'm going to have another hour. I'm going to have another 30 minutes. I'm going to have another 60 minutes or 90 minutes. You might be going on a date and kind of go, I want to be sane on this date. God, cast out my demons for the next 2 hours. Voices feck off for the next 2 hours. And then go on your date and you find that you're a pleasant kind of person and you're not reactive and you make a good impression. You're going for an interview. You're public speaking. You're going to sit an exam. Tell the voices that tell you you're going to fail to feck off. And go into your exam and give your best. And whatever happens, you've given your best. And if you fail, you don't fail. It's not down to the fact that you're a failure. You just did your best. And maybe next time you have to study harder. Maybe you'll have to study the subject harder. And so on. You allow yourself to have these failures, but in a way that you learn from them. You rise like a phoenix from the ashes of your past. Don't allow the voices to rule you, because the voices rule you. That's what they do. Their job is to keep you in conflict with yourself, the world around you, and from ever forming a relationship with God. But if you can form a relationship with God, you can call on him to send 10,000 angels down to protect you. Now, understand, you don't have to join any man-made religion or any of the 45,000 different churches or denominations, but you allow God into your space. So myself personally, I was raised a Roman Catholic, became disillusioned with that faith, and now today I have God in my life. I read certain parts of the Bible. There's authors and speakers on YouTube and Spotify that really resonate with me. They carry a wonderful message, and I listen to them. And I buy books and I read books on different authors that really resonate with me. And I don't go to church at all. And I've tried joining a fellowship and it just didn't work for me. I tried to return to the Catholic faith. I tried the Protestant, the Presbyterian, the Anglican, the Baptist. They just didn't work for me. And that's okay. They work for many people. And if it works for you, I'm delighted for you and you keep going. But it didn't work for me. And I can still have God in my life without having to go to church. I ask God each day to send a host of angels to keep me safe, to keep me sane, to watch my behavior around people, especially with my wife and my children. And I try and do the best I can in each day. And some days I have a bad day, some days I have a good day. But I know if I'm trying, I'm going to have more good days than bad days. I know if I'm trying, I will change. And the whole thing is for me to keep changing, not to go to victim. I remember that one about the worst thing we can do is think we're victims. We're not victims. People act out. They do things for their own nefarious needs. It's like this podcast. I'm posting this podcast for my own needs to be heard. If it triggers you or it affects you in any way, you're not my target. It wasn't targeted at you. It's me fulfilling my need to speak and to be heard. And if you are affected by my words, if you're triggered by my words, you're collateral damage. It was never about you. I didn't create this podcast for you in particular. If you're triggered by what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm saying, you're collateral damage. That's all you are. And in every situation, if you can learn to see yourself as collateral damage, if you're being bullied at school, no, it's not you being bullied. It's the person who's bullying needs to bully to feel whole and complete, whatever dysfunctional reason that is. And you're just the collateral damage. It could be anybody. If you're not in that day, they'll pick on somebody else to bully. The fact that you're being bullied, it's not about you. It's them fulfilling their needs. If you're in a job and the manager's picking on you all the time, he's picking on you to look good in front of everybody else. But it's not about you. It's about him trying to look good in front of everybody else. And he's doing it by picking on you, but you're collateral damage. If you can understand that what's happening in the world around you has nothing to do with you. It's about other people getting their needs met. And it happens to be that in that moment, you're the target, but you aren't actually the target. You're actually collateral damage. If this is the one that you can catch and embrace, everything in your life will change. You'll understand, I'm not the victim. Other people are acting up. I'm not interested in playing that game anymore. And you walk away. You scream and shout, drawing attention to yourself. Bullies don't like you drawing attention to yourself. They want you to keep you as a victim and quiet and let the bullying happen. So when the bully walks towards you, you scream out loud. You scream and cry and rant and rave. And they'll stay away from you. And someone comes over, what's happening? And you simply say, Michael is bullying me. Johnny is bullying me. Mary is bullying me. Mairead is bullying me. Katie is bullying me. Mags is bullying me. Don't be afraid to name and shame. They're bullying me. My teacher's bullying me. My manager's bullying me. My boss is bullying me. And if it's an adult who's bullying you, send an email to them, to their boss, to your parent, to the police. On such and such a date, this person bullied me. Please have it stop. And send this email to 5 people, including his manager and their manager and the police and social worker and your parents. And it'll stop. It'll stop very fast. The other people will get involved and they'll stop it from happening. Don't be afraid to understand you're not the victim of anyone else's behavior. You're collateral damage. You're allowing what they say to trigger you. You're choosing to be triggered by what they're saying. It's not about you. My podcast isn't about you. It's about me expressing my words, what I need to share. I'm trying to offer hope to people. If you're triggered by it, that's you choosing to be triggered by it. It's a very frightening concept that we're actually choosing to be hurt, choosing to be triggered, when in fact, it's not about us. If you can learn this one simple truth, that you're not a victim, that if you choose to be a victim of something, you're making that choice yourself. If you can see this clearly and understand it, your life will be transformed. So understand, anxiety and depression are your coping skills. They're your gut feelings telling you that something's wrong in the future or something's wrong in the past. And the best way of dealing with that is step away from the future, step away from the past, and focus on being fully present in this moment in time. My name is Richard Tierney. This is Trauma Recovery Anonymous. I do hope this has helped you to deal with situations where you might feel anxious or depressed. I've written a book. It's called How to Live Stress and Anxiety Free 24 Hours a Day. It has simple tools that you can use, 10 or 12 simple tools that you can use in each moment of each day to break free of anxiety and depression. To understand that if you can stay focused in this present moment and not bring the past or the future into the present, but stay focally fixed in the present, you can be free of all anxiety and all depression. Thank you for joining me.